Brothers and sisters, Palestinian struggle is not just a cry for justice. It's a cry for the most fundamental human right of all, that every person on this planet should be born free. From Joe Biden to Rishi Sunak, from Trudeau to Macron, from Suella Braverman to Keir Starmer, we hear the words that Israel has a right to self-defense. Why do they never ever list the right that the Palestinians have? Why do they never mention the right of self-defense for Palestinians? How can we expect the children of Palestine to believe in peace when entire generations of their families are massacred before their very eyes? It took Israel one false report on 40 beheaded babies to get the words, attention and unconditional support, all without photos, all without evidence. Yet the death sentence served by Israel on 39 premature babies is justified. The Palestinians say that forcing them to display their dead children to the world to prove their suffering is real has been the single most dehumanizing aspect of this daily massacre. Al-Shifa was never a Hamas command center, but it's no longer a hospital. It's a slaughterhouse. As a movement, we will never stand for the killing or harming of a human being, no matter where they come from. But we stand for the right of the Palestinians to live in full dignity, free from occupation. We do not stand for anti-Semitism. We must call it out each and every time. But we will not be silenced on the genocide or apartheid practiced by the state of Israel. That is because our movement stands for the oppressed, stands for the voiceless. We stand for human rights. We stand for justice. And that is exactly why we will continue to shout from the river to the sea. And those words resonate with the global south because of the battles they have fought against their oppressors, their colonizers. We stand in solidarity with anyone who is occupied, with anyone who is subjugated, with anyone who is exploited and robbed of their resources. And our message to our movement must be loud and clear that we must never share a platform with those who claim to stand for a two-state solution, but in practice support the practice of apartheid and genocide. As for propaganda, never forget that the last time the Western media manufactured propaganda against the Arab people, 1 million Iraqis were killed. We are now being conditioned to accept the slaughter of Palestinians. We are tired of the broken promises of Western leaders. 75 years and nothing. We are tired of the Western puppets of the Middle East who look the other way as Gaza burns because they are too busy dancing or watching the boxing. Israel has taken Palestine's water. They have burnt their olive trees. They have destroyed their houses. They have taken their jobs. They have stolen their land. They control the air and sea. They're illegal settlers, free to roam the West Bank, but Palestinians are not. No Palestinian can leave or enter without Israel's permission. They imprison their fathers. They kill their mothers. They bomb their country. They incinerate their children. One side is a nuclear-armed superpower, and the other is an occupied people with no army, with no navy, with no air force. It's not a conflict. It's a massacre. These protests are about Israel's ethnic cleansing, a system that kills, maims, terrorizes, segregates, starves, annexes, expels and destroys, imprisons and demolishes. There is only one word for such a system, and it's a word that this system hates. The word is apartheid. So do not tell the Palestinians to be patient. There will never be a justification for the murder of innocent Israeli men and women, but that also means there is no justification for the collective punishment or the murder of innocent Palestinians. Condemning the murder and the massacre of innocent Palestinians does not equate to cheering on the murder of innocent Israelis. Palestinians today, and I want to finish by saying, are being described as human animals. They are cheapening the lives of Palestinians, making it easier to present mass slaughter as something less than a crime against humanity. We must build a mass movement, a Palestinian movement that unites the civil liberty movement, the climate change movement, the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, and at its heart, the trade union movement. We will not take lectures from the likes of Suella Braverman, who tell us that because we love the Palestinians, we hate the Jewish people. We do not hate our Jewish brothers and sisters, but we are entitled to hate the siege of Gaza. We are entitled to hate the occupation of Palestine. We are entitled to march against the cowardice of those who failed to call for a ceasefire. We are sending a message of solidarity to our Palestinian brothers and sisters from the river to the sea, that you are not forgotten. Your struggle for justice is a universal right. Palestine is a battle we will champion, a torch we must carry, and a legacy we must honor. And in the end, Palestine will be free, inshallah.